Well, hello there, everybody. What's going on, Robzilla?
Happy Friday, Justin Zotz.
Well, thank you. Welcome, everybody, to the old guy in the club. Although no one's listening yet because we just started, so we're saying hello to nobody, basically.
It's our own little private club
Yeah, I
with
like
two
that.
old guys.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad last week is over. I'll put
I
I'll
ex-
put it to you that way. It's just a day that I hate going through every year.
you mean talking about last week's show being a 9/11 show and talking about your experiences being in New York City as it was happening. Um, I got to tell you, I can appreciate where you're coming from. Certainly, uh, understanding that you definitely want to get it behind you, but in that same breath, I think it was really cathartic that our little community of friends were able to get together and kind of share our different ideologies, our perspectives, where we were, and how much farther we still have yet to go in the 19 years since then. So, if there is a small silver lining in all of it, I would argue that that might be it. Nothing's ever going to replace the 3,000 individuals that we lost. Nothing is going to turn the clock back or make it all better, but we can make it better than bad. And I think that small little incremental conversations like we had last week are movements in the right direction.
Right.
Just my
Yeah.
opinion. What do I know?
No, I think you're totally right.
I
And
mean,
I'm
we
just
got to
glad it's
talk about
over.
it, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. Um, so I don't know what we're supposed to do. There's no one tuned in yet. What are we supposed to talk about? We just get into it?
I mean, why not?
I don't know. Because why would we do that?
Because all right, we don't have to. I mean, we could stare at each other, and we'd have the world's longest staring contest. Maybe we could tell each other dad jokes. Oh, look, see, my sister Jennifer just chimed in. Hello, Jen,
Oh,
Hannah
hello,
girl, here
Jen.
on our Twitch chat.
Oh,
DJ Train
all
just
right,
signed
all
on.
right,
He's
all
like,
right,
he's here too.
all right.
WTF? Which I think
There was
that means why the face?
there was a little lag, I guess, in telling us how many people or who was joining the show, and it was just
Or
me and Zilla
maybe
sitting here.
no, it's
What?
just your senior citizen capabilities of running a internet broadcast, sir. There we have our people are here.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it, as they say. So
All
we have
right.
some things that we're gonna jump into today. Nothing too exciting, except for the fact that it is National Cheeseburger Day. So
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
yeah. So I think the majority of our show today is going to be talking about food, which we always like. And then I guarantee you, at the end of this thing, I'm getting a cheeseburger.
I
Um,
definitely went on the agenda tonight. I mean, it's a national holiday.
Yeah,
How could we
I mean, I
not?
guess
I mean,
there's a national day of everything at this point, but I'm okay with the cheeseburger thing.
not participating makes you un-American.
So let's start. So first off, I was told by Robzilla that I need to wish everyone a happy Rosh Hashanah.
I
If
I
that
think
is,
I think
if
it's appropriate.
as a half Jew myself, um,
I will wish you
I don't
a
really.
half happy Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, as you know, the old saying goes, I'm Jewish. I don't really know what Rosh Hashanah is, to be perfectly honest with you. I know it's
Well,
one of
would
the
you would you
more.
would you like this Palestinian born into a Christian household to explain it to you?
Yes, I would, please. Thank you.
It's the beginning of the High Holy Days, and it's the beginning. By the way, if you want to see similarities between Hebrew and Arabic, in Arabic, the name for New Year is Ras Hashanah. That means head of the year. In Hebrew, it's Rosh Hashanah. The languages are very, very close, and it's the start of the Jewish New Year. And so we wish all of our friends and family and everybody that's celebrating Happy New Year to you all. We wish you the best in the coming year.
And if anybody talks to my mom, please don't tell her that I don't know what the holiday is.
Well, wait. So
I mean, I don't think there's anyone here that talks to my mom.
Yeah. Okay. But can we talk about this a little bit? So you're half, like half Catholic, half Jewish.
Well, I mean, technically, yes. I don't follow
Practice
any religion.
either.
I think it's. I'm okay. I'm going to stop my sentence there.
No,
but I grew up with a Jewish mother and a Catholic father. Well, I shouldn't say that. They were raised Jewish and Catholic, but by the time they had me, they were hippies, and they weren't very religious. But
fair enough.
Their parents were religious, so I grew up with Christmas and Hanukkah.
So I was going to ask, that was my next question, was that, so you were exposed to traditions on both sides growing up?
Yes. And, I guess I got the best of both worlds.
Why not?
Which is a great way to kind of grow up. So I am definitely very appreciative of that. And I know I'm lucky to have grown up that way.
It expands one's horizons. You're not pigeonholed in your in the way that you look at things and the world in which we live in.
And then, I mean, I went to a Catholic high school.
So did I.
Yep. So I got that experience, which was very interesting.
12 years of guilt. Oh.
12? Wow, I only did 4, but
I did 8 years in Catholic elementary school, Stella Maris Academy, shout out, and followed by another 4 years of University of San Diego High School, which is, the prep school for University of San Diego, which is Notre Dame of the West Coast. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they call it. I didn't go there. I didn't get accepted there. I couldn't afford to go there, but I did go to the prep school attached to it, which is now known as Cathedral Catholic. And let me tell you, Justin, that was it was aggressive. Catholic school is aggressive.
It is aggressive. I used to get whacked in the head. Like, if you didn't do something right, whack.
My sister, who is in this chat, will attest to this because, Jen is just a couple years. Well, Jen is a lot younger than me. However, she also went to the same elementary school and middle school that I did, Stella Maris. And there was a nun. One of our nuns was our music teacher, Sister Viviana, who I'm sure she was like 105 when I was in the 8th grade. So she's got to be like 200 years old now. She would actually hit us. That was, if you're listening on the replay, that was me making the gesture of getting wrapped on the knuckles with what is the correct musical term called for when they for a conductor? I think it's called like a bow. But yeah, she would actually hit us. It's great.
I'm being instructed to do some.
What's up?
Neil is texting me. He's trying to bring people.
Okay, let's bring him to the party.
Well, yeah, he's telling me to write some stuff into the chat here, and it'll allow them to raid. But for some reason, it is not allowing me to.
Well, while you're figuring that out, should I frame today's? Should I just start framing what we're going to talk about next?
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So while Justin is working on getting our raiders into the Twitch chat here on twitch.tv /White Label Agency, we are getting set up to talk about one of our favorite things in the world, which are cheeseburgers. Today is National Cheeseburger Day, as we mentioned at the very top of the show here at the Old Guy in the Club podcast. And we came to talk about, this also came about because about a week ago, Justin discovered a chain that was new to him, and it's definitely new to me living in Southern California. Justin just relocated into Arizona, called Culver's. And we started talking about burgers, and people are very, very protective of some of their regional burger chains. So what we'd love to do is talk about wherever you are. We'd like to know what some of your favorites are. What makes it your favorite? On top of that, we're going to tell you what some of our favorites are. And kind of along the lines of grind my gears, I'm going to tell you a few of the places I can't stand that I think that are totally overrated. We're definitely going to do that for you as well. If you are on the live chat, chime on in. Let us know where you're at, where you're from, what your thoughts are. If you're listening on the replay, you should be joining us live every Friday, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It is the Old Guy in the Club, a podcast here on twitch.tv. How was that, Justin? Did that buy you some time?
You're so good at that, Zilla, and I think it was actually the perfect amount of time. I think we should be good now.
Can I ask a technical question?
I got to figure this out. You want. It's your show.
Our show. So here's the thing. I can't figure out how to turn off, even though I have it turned off in my dock here on this Mac of mine. Every time somebody texts me, it starts chiming in through my desktop, and I can hear it coming through the show, which I think is ridiculously unprofessional. How in the world do I turn this off? So if there's somebody who's technically competent, could you please tell me how to make it STFU? That would be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I go through that too, but no one else can hear it. But yes, it is annoying. And let me say right off the bat that since we've started this episode of the show, we've lost one follower. So that's a great start so far.
Well, is it anybody that we actually care about?
I don't know. Like I care. Huh. I have no idea. So as the new people are joining us, welcome.
Welcome.
From Neil was just doing a chat from his hotel room, which he's gonna join us in a second. But yeah, so we wished everyone a Rosh Hashanah that celebrates. That is one of the Jewish high holy holiday, whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know what that. I'm half Jewish, so I cannot be.
It's the start of the high. It's the start of the high holy days, and then you've got Yom Kippur coming next week, bro. How is it that I know more about your half religion than you do?
Because I don't practice any.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
So in other news, and I try to only use this little graphic here for funny stuff, but we have some breaking news, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Zilla just informed me of this before we came on the air, but I guess Ruth Bader Ginsburg just passed away.
That is true.
It is sad. It's it's a big deal in this country. We tend to not get too serious here, but regardless of your political affiliation, out of respect, I think it's a loss, and it's sad, and it's probably going to affect a lot. And I'm not a politics guy, but I think that's something that means a lot to a lot of people, and it could drastically change things. All right, there he is. We got our buddy Neil Jackson joining us.
Hi,
now.
Neil.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's
yes.
a little. You're a little pixelated, but we can hear you fine.
Oh, I can't do anything about the pixelation thing.
Is that because you're in a hotel room like I was, and you guys are breaking my balls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Unemployment running out landed me into a hotel. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you just talked about it on your show that you just did. But
not really. We didn't really talk about it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Tell us about your experience today of traveling for the first time. And
I thought we were talking about burger joint. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but not till later. We're just getting into it. We wanted you to be here because you have super strong opinions on food. I mean, most of them are wrong, but we wanted you to be here for that part of the show. But for those of you that don't know in the chat, and most of you probably do, Neil doesn't really even leave his apartment. He doesn't go anywhere. But at some point we all have to go back to work, and I got kids to feed, so Neil had to go back to work.
Yep.
So tell us about today.
Today was cool. It was it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You seriously need to get a mod here. This is crazy.
I'm getting rid of this person right now. Don't worry.
What am I missing? What just happened?
Nothing. He's getting they're getting spammers right now.
We're getting spammed.
Well, we've
Sons
made
of
it.
Bitches.
Well, listen, this we've made it in the real world is when we start getting spammed by bots. So if you want to become famous, buy followers, primes, and views. No, we're not. Go away, guy. We got a show to do. What's wrong with you?
I think he just spammed us and left.
Okay.
No, there'll be others. Well, also, I mean, you took.
Zilla. We have like a big time, Twitch person like Neil on the show, and then people start spamming us. That's just what happens, right?
It happens. So did we recap? So we said why Neil is in. We did say why Neil is in Atlanta. Neil is playing his first gig in what has it been now? Almost 4 or 5, 6 months now, Neil.
Since
March.
7 months, yeah, since March.
Woo!
That is crazy.
I don't even know what the hits are anymore.
Well, apparently, anybody that's going to the nightclub, neither do they.
Right.
Just play WAP in rotation.
Well, Atlanta hasn't really closed.
Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second.
Okay. Breaking news.
We have breaking news. Neil Jackson is wearing something other than a black t-shirt. I mean, he's wearing a black t-shirt, but he's wearing something on top of it. This is big news.
I am. It's funny because I wore this. The temperature dropped in New York, so it's like 65, 66, somewhere around there for the past week.
Nice.
And so when I was doing beans, I put this on, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, you're wearing colors! You're wearing colors!" And I don't know who it was, but somebody said you got this Ellen DeGeneres vibe going on right now.
Wait, what?
I don't really know what that means, but
it started off saying, I'm just trying to be PC. Somebody was like, "Yo, you got this lesbian vibe going on."
Lesbian vibe going on.
And then I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Yeah, you got this whole Ellen DeGeneres thing going on here." I was like, "What the?" So
you've got the lesbian who hates the people that she works with vibe going for you. That's only half true, Neil. That's just random. All right.
So tell us about the flight and all that stuff today, because a lot of people out there haven't been traveling. And was it any different? I don't feel like it was much different, except for wearing a mask.
Well, so I was in the flight was empty, really. I don't know whether they kept it like that or what, but there was one person per row. I was in business class, so there was just me, and everyone in front of me, it was just one person in each row. And then the back, economy was just empty.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they kept
like
it
that. There's so many flights every day going from New York to Atlanta.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it seemed cool. The one thing that I did do, so they were giving out hand wipes when you load onto the plane. The cool thing was I took the hand wipes. I was like, "Yo, can I get like 4 or 5 of these things?" No joke. I asked for like 4 or 5 of these things. Opened them up, wiped everything down. I got in there. Nothing. That wipe came out completely clean.
That's Delta. I love Delta.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I was highly impressed about that.
Okay. That's good. Well, I'm
good
glad
stuff. Glad you got there safe.
Hey, just to address the DJ JoJo in the chat, Neil is a very, very frequent flyer on Delta and gets upgrades all the time. He is not bougie at all.
No. I'm like, get me the cheapest flight possible. But yeah, so there was one though. Before we were taking off, there was a lady that came up to the front, and I guess she was complaining about somebody in the back. And this dude apparently brought food on the plane and decided to take his mask off and start eating it before we took off. and the flight attendants were not having that.
Well,
Um,
I mean, if they're going to give you food on the plane, which they do, not a meal, but they give you a snack box or they give you some chocolates or Cheez-Its, and they're allowing you to eat, I don't have a problem with that guy.
um, okay. I mean, it did confuse. I don't even think they should have given food out, to be honest.
But they
But
do. Right.
but they do.
No,
You're right.
I agree. Like, if they said no food on the plane, yeah, then the guy would be a dick. But if they're going to allow it and also contribute food to people, then yeah, like, I don't have a problem with that. And I have a problem with pretty much everything.
Well, the way that I could see it is like there's a debate either which way. You don't give
Right.
out food, business class complains. Like, yo, what the fuck? You give out food, and then a couple people complain. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to prove a point here. I could see the debate on both ends.
I could see both ways too, but whichever way you decide, then that's just, if they said no food allowed on the plane, we're not giving you food, then I'm fine with that. But if they allow you to bring food on the plane and they're going to give you food too of some kind, then I couldn't complain about that.
Okay, people in the chat, what do you think? Should airlines serve food or no? Or nah?
Nah, man. Nah, son.
I mean, I'm literally like, that's why I said I got like about an hour because I'm like surviving off of the ginger snap cookie biscuit things and
Oh,
cheese.
dude, the Lotus
So
cookies,
good.
the
And
biscuit.
Cheez-Its. You got Cheez-Its too,
Oh.
didn't you?
Yeah, the biscoffs. The
These are
Lotus
amazing.
cookies. Those are only good with coffee.
Yes.
By themselves, they're just ginger snaps.
Bro, let me tell you something. You dunk those in just an ice cold glass of milk, and they do not suck whatsoever. I will, chime in with this. I did read an article about a guy that brought in a tube of Pringles onto his flight, only a tube of Pringles, and was eating them like, I guess, every 90 seconds he would eat a Pringle off the stack throughout the duration of his flight, and argued that this is why I don't have to wear a mask. I'm having my meal. And just every minute, every 2 minutes would have a Pringle, and that was his way. I still think he got himself banned regardless, but he gets an A for trying.
He gamed the system, man. That's pretty good.
Or as Jenna would say in the chat, once you pop, you can't stop until the airline stops you from boarding on your next flight. So,
All right. Well, let's get into some topics today.
today's topic.
I have a couple things before we get into the cheeseburger conversation.
Okay.
I had a funny experience. I think it was yesterday, and I put it on my Instagram and Facebook. But obviously, not everyone here is probably following me, so I'm gonna just.
But
throw
they
this up
should
on the
be.
Well, they should be, of course. Where should they follow me, Zilla?
Well, they should follow you at Justin Zotz, as well as the old guy in the club at the White Label Agency. All of those handles on Instagram, Facebook. And while you're at it, give Neil Jackson a follow, which we know that you're doing. And while you're at it, give me a follow at Robert Zilla SD across all social media.
This guy's the best.
Hey, that's why I have a job.
Okay, so I went into the local bagel shop here near where I live yesterday to get some bagels for the house. And I ordered 6 bagels. Just, maybe we go through a half dozen bagels every few days. Just, they're easy. I got kids. I like bagels. It's easy. So when the cashier was ringing me up, I noticed something as she was ringing it up that made me laugh. And so then when at the end of this, she said, "Would you like a receipt, sir?" And normally I just say no because I don't want a receipt. But in this case, I said yes. And
Fate intervened.
Here is a picture of said receipt, and tell me if you see anything that seems a little off about this.
I think it looks absolutely perfect. I mean, other than the fact that it's covering.
Hell yeah.
So.
Hell yeah. I see exactly what that.
So sorry, Neil, that we moved you here. Wait, can I move you?
Good, because you don't want to see the big smile on my face.
So anyway, so I can't, maybe it's, if you look at my beard, it's pretty much white everywhere. But right here is like black. But when you're wearing a mask, I just have white hair coming out everywhere. So I don't know, but I don't think I look. I mean, what is the senior discount? Like, what's the age? 60? I definitely don't look 60.
I mean,
Well, apparently you do. I mean, apparently somebody thinks you do.
one in the chat if you guys think that he looks like about 1,000 years old. Let me see it. Let me see it, chat.
Mean, if she knew I was the old guy in the club and wanted to, give me a discount for that, I'd be okay with it. But just by looking at me, not knowing who I am, and assuming I'm a senior, not cool. What would be cool is if, like, I don't know, like my insurance company gave me like a senior discount or some other,
Well, no, you don't want that because your insurance goes up every time you get older. So no, you don't want that.
Damn. All right. Well, I figured everybody would get a kick out of that.
I have a question for the chat room. I mean, would you be offended if you were offered a discount, let's say, for something that you probably weren't entitled to, or at least you don't think that you're entitled to? Like, you go to your Einstein Bagels, which you referred to as your local bagel shop. I've got news for you. There's one on every corner everywhere in America. But you go to your local bagel shop and they give you the senior discount, or like when you go to the movie theater, assuming we actually get to go back to the movies at some point, and you go and try and buy a ticket and they give you the senior price, would that offend you?
Okay. Well, a couple things real quick. I know that was for the chat, but here's a couple things.
No, it's for us.
The first thing is I'm a bagel snob. I love bagels. I'm a New York bagel guy all the way. Like, I really am. Not living in New York for a long time, you kind of have to take what you can get in certain places. I've been to 20 different Einstein's bagels, and they're good. They're okay, whatever. The one by my house here is absolutely delicious. I don't know why. It's a really, really good bagel. That's first. Because I haven't even looked for like a local shop, like a little mom and pop shop, because this is really good. The second thing I'd like to clarify, they didn't offer me a discount. They didn't ask me, are you a senior or anything like that? Because if they had, I would have said, well, I don't know what I would have said, but I would not have agreed to the discount.
The question wrong. I qualified the question wrong because they made an assumption based on your appearance that you should be entitled to the discount. So you look at it, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I would take it quite in stride as you. I ain't that old, but maybe.
Zilla, I would have in a lot of situations, but just for the fact that I could get the receipt that said senior discount on it and entertain my friends for 24 hours, that was worth it to me.
And as DJ Jojo pointed out in our Twitch chat, you were able to take a photo of your knee, which means that we've now seen the knees of both you and Neil Jackson on this podcast. I guess I'm the only one who's left to showcase some knee-age.
Let's see those hams.
Not happening today, guys.
Then you have not lived, Zilla. You have not lived until you get virtually bashed for your knee.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's not going to happen today. But it's definitely going to happen.
So that was my fun day yesterday.
Congratulations.
Tim.
Hi, Tim. Hi, buddy.
Hey.
All right, bud.
Hi, Tim. Okay. Tim looks like he just got out of the swimming pool.
Tim took a little nap.
Right on.
And now he doesn't want to leave, but you got to go, buddy. Come on. So that was my day yesterday. I've had an interesting week. My mother shipped me out a bunch of baseball cards from when I was a kid. So I've been like going through those cards, looking at like, all these cards that I collected back in the day that I thought would be worth a lot of money today. And then I randomly, I went to a baseball card shop to grab some of those like little plastic sleeves that you put cards in.
Sure.
And I was looking at some of the cards in the shop and sorry guys. And I was looking at the prices and I had some of the cards and I was like, oh wow, that card they're selling it for $20. I thought it was worth like $300. So, yeah.
I'm smiling because that happened to me 4 years ago. I used to be
but baseball cards are hot right now. They weren't for a long time.
They're not worth shit. I have a lot of they were worth more then than they are now.
Right.
It's crazy. But I also collected at the era where everyone was on coke or some sort of drug. I have
the
Jose
ball players, or just
guy?
like society in general.
Like that guy, Neil.
Oh my God, I have that card. I have 2 of those.
For those that can't see during the live broadcast, rather, if you're listening back, Justin just threw up a Darryl Strawberry Mets card.
That's Darryl Strawberry's rookie card.
Wait,
I can't see it.
Yeah, that was that Mookie Betts. What's going on here?
Nope. Dwight Gooden.
Wow.
Another cocaine user.
Yeah. They were I also had Jose Canseco's rated rookie card. I had
the Bash Brothers.
Yeah, Mark McGuire's rated rookie card. I had his Olympic card.
Yep.
They ain't worth shit.
I know.
They actually devalued more than anything else.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
I got a question. So Neil, you admit that you are not really a sports-driven, sports-minded individual. Just sports isn't really your deal. So
right.
The baseball card collecting, was that just purely speculative, or did you just stop watching sports?
So if you can't tell by now with the whole streaming thing, this has been me since Jump. When I get into something, I zero in, and then I start to figure out what I need, and then I start to pick them all off.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I realized that baseball cards. I had a neighbor that explained to me that baseball cards were worth money, and I was like, "Well, which cards?" Now, if you tell me ask me what the batting average of Darryl Straw, I don't know. I just knew that he was good. He was worth money. So, what were the ones that were worth the most? And I just started buying them. I only had one favorite player, and it was Darryl Strawberry, and it was only because it was worth money. Now, the better bet would have been Dwight Gooden, but I just didn't do that. And I bought, I think it was like 168 Darryl Strawberry cards.
Wait, 168 of the same card?
No, I had the Mother's Cookies one. I had his Olympic card. I had his rookie card. I had his traded card. I had all the sets, and I just went down the line and started buying these things.
That's interesting. My brother, my brother Nick, who Justin, Neil, you haven't had a chance to meet him yet.
I spoke to him yesterday.
Nice. So Nick, growing up, was also an avid collector, but he would buy cards by the box. And if I'm not mistaken, there is somewhere in this house a repository of unopened baseball cards, Upper Deck, Tops, the whole thing. There's just a fuck ton, for lack of a better term. No, because they're actually sealed in the actual boxes. They've never been opened. They're in the original wax packs. And my brother would have his Beckett, which I believe is like the encyclopedia of values. Yeah, I mean, something similar to that, Justin. But so somewhere around here, I never really got into it, but I remember at a point in my teenage years to my young adult years where that was like the first exposure to like a stock market. This is worth this much today. It's worth that much tomorrow. And one of these will get you 5 of those. So,
yep.
I
mean, if anything, it was fun to just go through them and see like the players that I liked when I was younger. And I'm probably just going to walk into the baseball card shop with an entire box of everything and go, here you go. How much can you give me for this? And
if you find a Tony Gwynn, save a Tony Gwynn for me.
Dude, I have one right here. Hold on.
It's so funny. DJ Train was like, I heard a strawberry card is worth more with the residue on it.
I mean,
and he's probably right.
You got a T Gwynn right there? Save that for me.
I feel like I have that one too.
That's Mr. Padre. Shout out to my San Diego Padres, who are playing exceptionally well this season.
Oh God.
Hi,
Okay, so
Swin.
that. Hey, Mr. Swin in the chat.
Hello,
Um,
Gabe.
so that was my part of my week, and then the last thing that I want to talk about before we get into cheeseburgers.
Wait. Can I interrupt really quick? If you
Nope.
collect
Yes.
baseball cards, what else did you collect?
I didn't really
But
collect.
that
I
goes
wasn't
to
a
both of you guys and
Yeah, I
chat.
wasn't really a collector. I was just always outside playing sports, doing something. So the baseball thing was just because it was sports, you know. But I didn't really collect anything else.
Yeah. So the whole sports thing, Zilla, I collect comic cards, basketball cards, marbles, baseball cards, comic books, uh, and there was like, fuck, there was something else that I got like obsessed over. Don't know
We're
anything about any of it.
Well, we're starting to see some feedback, and I'm seeing it in our Twitch chat live at twitch.tv. So I'm going to try and catch a few of these because they're scrolling by pretty quick. Garbage Pail Kids, definitely remember them, and I'm actually seeing a resurgence in Garbage Pail Kids now. They've been redone for modern times. Playboy magazines, I'm sure. Yes, I think every household has had a collection of those just for the articles. Pogs. I remember when Pogs were like the biggest thing in the world. Let's see what else. Cabbage Patch Kids, Cabbage Patch dolls. My sister, actually, I remember my sister used to collect Cabbage Patch dolls. She had like a whole family of little orphans, which she, and yeah, my sister says Rob collects platinum record plaques. Not in the last handful of years, but I did okay. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Beanie Babies. That was a
Oh,
thing.
that was after me. I was already old then, so didn't do Beanie Babies. Cabbage Patch dolls were too expensive for me. My sister had one, and I randomly had one for my aunt. Um, um, oh, and
Did you
I
set
did
the mood?
Garbage Pail Kids for sure. And
Slash, did you
that's
set the mood lighting? What just happened there?
You know, that light, I don't know what happened, but it was overtaking the whole screen. So I figured I'd turn that one off.
All right. Yeah, it looks
Put
better.
my other
You look
light up.
good.
I think it looks better.
Yeah, it looks good.
And yes, I'm setting the mood.
and Natalia. Yes, you can collect marbles, but that is like if you collected marbles, then you are well into your 40s.
There's no way Natalia is in her 40s.
No, because she was asking, she's like, marbles? And I'm like, yeah, that was a collector's item at one point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've seen her and she's not 40.
Yeah,
She's been
no,
on
no,
this
no.
show.
That
She has
yes.
been on this show and she is not 40. But anyway, so in addition to my baseball card, wait, someone's saying that my mic is much lower than Neil and Rob. Is that correct, chatters?
You can turn up your gain a little bit.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you sound great, but I mean, if the chat room says that you're low, then bring it up.
All right. Okay, DJ Mark Easy says it's better. So
That's
one other thing I did this week, and I totally, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and then Rob Zilla started doing it this week, so I decided to do it, and that is I am rewatching The West Wing, the greatest television show in the history of the world.
Yeah, I started that because.
Well, no, I've been thinking about doing it for a while. But then when I saw your post about doing it, I said, you know what? I'm doing it now.
It's really good.
It's the best. I mean, it is my favorite TV show of all time, but not by far because Sopranos is amazing. But it is, I think, the best show in history.
Quite possibly. In dramatic series.
I've never watched it, but that's what Aaron Sorkin.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you watch Newsroom?
Yep.
Yes. I think it's safe to say that we have 3 Sorkin fans on the, hosting this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And The West Wing was loosely, I believe, based on the movie The American President, which Sorkin wrote as well. At least
If I'm
I
also
didn't
not
know
what I think.
if I'm not mistaken, it was also kind of loosely based on the Clinton White House, because Dee Dee Myers, who was an official in the Clinton White House, served as a political consultant to the show. I believe
wow.
I believe James Carville also. Lawrence O'Donnell, who hosts a show on MSNBC, was worked in Senate offices, also worked it was a writer on that show. So you have some really, really good. I'm not going to say that the show is completely authentic. It's by no stretch. I mean, it still has to make for good broadcast television, but it's a damn good TV show with some really, really good writing and a really high-powered cast. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, if you're just hearing about this for the first time, let me frame, some of the cast members. We talked about Aaron Sorkin being the writer and creator of the show. Rob Lowe stars as Sam Seaborn. Some of the other cast members are going to escape me now because I know them as their cast names. But Josh Lyman,
Bradley Whitford,
yes. Oh, and
Richard
Martin
Schiff.
Sheen,
Richard Sheen.
Richard Schiff plays Toby. Martin Sheen plays the president. Stockard Channing, who you might know as Rizzo from Grease, plays the first lady. So it's a really well done, well shot television show, and I think it really brings the weight of The Office. It also, we use the word aspirational on this show a lot. Man, does that make you just wish that like you could work? Don't you just wish that you could work with your friends in a cool environment? Like when I first started watching that show, I'm like, God, in the '90s, I want to work at the White House.
Isn't that what we're doing right now, Zilla? Jesus, man.
Yes, this is the cultivation of all of my lifetime dreams right here, right now. Is this podcast 1 hour a day with you two fine gentlemen and our few dozen friends on the Twitch chat, also on our replay each and every Monday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and wherever you find your podcasts, and live every Friday here on Twitch.
I think I need like makeup. I'm like shiny here. This is not good. It's not a good look for me.
Pause.
That's just...
All right. Well, Neil, after a long day of traveling, that really long 1-40-minute flight.
No, that's like 2.5 hours.
Oh, stop it.
Wait, I flew on was it
took off at 3:50 and you landed at 6:15. So they schedule it for like 2.5, but it's not 2.5.
It's 2.5.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now we're going to talk about food, and Neil's going to get hungry so he can get out of there and get some food later. So anyway, if you're not aware, to everyone in Natalia, that's what I'm here just to make you guys laugh. She's making fun of my makeup comment.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, I know. I actually, we could tell that story when we talk about my reality TV career, about the makeup in my interviews. One of these weeks we'll do that. But anyway, it is National Cheeseburger Day. Now, I don't know about you guys. I love a good cheeseburger.
I love a good cheeseburger.
Let me guess, Neil, you're not a cheeseburger guy.
Oh, no, I'm actually, when you guys brought it up in the group text, so I've been on a diet since March 15th. I haven't broken it at all, like not one meal. And if I did, it was purely by accident. Today's the day. And when you said National Cheeseburger Day, I'm going to get it in.
Well, okay, so you're in Atlanta, but you're a New Yorker. At least you are a New Yorker now. So have you zoned in on where you're going to get this burger today? Are you going to go someplace local? Do you have places in Atlanta that you love? Is there a chain that you can only hit when you're in Atlanta that you can't get elsewhere?
I have a buddy that's actually taking me to a steakhouse after this, and I'll probably get it there.
Okay.
Because like my diet consists of chicken, fish, and steak, so I've had a bunch of steak.
Okay.
Not today. Steakhouses make great burgers.
They absolutely, because they take the trimmings. They take the trimmings of every other cut. They're going to take that ribeye. They're going to take that prime rib. They're going to take the sirloin. They're going to take the filet mignon, and they're going to grind it all up together, and you're just getting the best of all the worlds into that charbroiled patty with a slice of cheese slammed in between two pieces of bread. Can't beat it.
With bacon.
Yeah. Oh,
all day.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'm not the biggest fan of fancy burgers, but I will if you put a gun to my head and said, "What's the best fancy burger?" And it's the restaurant that's not even open anymore. But there was a restaurant in San Francisco called Bourbon Steak, and they had a burger that was probably the best burger I've ever had in my life, and it was like $29 for this goddamn burger, but it was worth every penny. That's
an aggressive burger.
Yeah, and they had these truffle fries, and I'm a big truffle fry guy. But we're not really here to talk about fancy burgers, are we?
No. I mean, we could. We could.
It all depends on what you consider a fancy burger.
Like one that comes
would you
on
consider?
a real plate.
Would you consider blue cheese, bacon, double cheeseburger fancy?
I think it's more about where you're getting it. To me,
yeah, because that sounds like something
answer,
you could get that at a Red Robin, and I don't necessarily know if a Red Robin. If first of all, I don't know if they have Red Robin in other cities other than
they do.
Okay,
they do.
But also, I'm going Red Robin for the bottomless fries.
Chat, put in the chat what you guys would consider a fancy burger. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I actually would consider Red Robin a fancy burger because it's an actual restaurant where there's plates and silverware. That's
the defining line?
In a burger discussion, yeah, because when you're comparing it to In-N-Out, Shake Shack, Five Guys, yeah, that's fancy because you're not getting it on a plate there. It's wrapped up in a piece of paper.
I find all of that fast food.
Yes, of course. And that's where most people get their hamburgers. But to answer your question, as far as what you put on it, making it fancy, I am not a blue cheese. Like I would not put blue cheese on my burger. I just
Me either.
I am when it comes to burgers, I want American cheese on my burger. I wouldn't put American cheese on many other things. I like it in an omelet, and I like it on a hamburger.
What about a grilled cheese sandwich?
I actually do like it in that too. But I just feel like the American cheese melts perfectly on a burger.
It's so funny because in Beans earlier today, it was a random conversation. I think Jenna brought it up, and we were talking about blue cheese versus ranch. I am a ranch person through and through. Like that is just
you're
my
from
thing.
California. That's okay.
Except for burgers. I will order blue cheese before I order anything else on a burger.
But why would ranch even be anywhere near a burger?
Oh, dude, you can eat ranch with anything. I would eat Jack in the Box's buttermilk ranch dressing. Man, I would drench those burgers in that ranch. Drench it. I should just leave the room now and just be like,
no, because I love that ranch dressing, but I'm a weirdo when it comes to. But I'm a weirdo when it comes to Jack in the Box. I love that ranch dressing on their two tacos for what used to be 99 cents, which are now $1.19. But then I also realized that we have people watching this and listening to this podcast from all over the country that may not have a Jack in the Box in their local market. So, so I had to kind of qualify that a little bit and say, Jack in the Box is a West Coast chain, which I think extends as far, east as Texas.
Well, when you go east, it's now Hardee's.
No, that's Carl's.
Is that right? No, it's when it goes east, it turns into something else.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's a good ranch.
Interesting. I did not know that. But anyway,
really quickly, Justin, I just wanted to point out. My sister said in the chat room, if you've got the McDonald's app, it's because it's National Cheeseburger Day. You can get a double cheeseburger for 50 cents today. Does that qualify as fast food?
I'd rather pay $8 at Five Guys.
That is considered fastest food.
Listen, we're just trying to save our listeners and viewers, some money. That's all. We're just pointing out the economics of it all.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, what? I'm sorry, Natawax in the chat. He definitely knows me for, especially with the ranch and Jack in the Box. He was like, yeah, he really would. Vice, all of them know me as Jack in the Box, Ultimate Cheeseburger, curly fries with extra mayo and ranch dressing.
What is all of this?
Well, I'm just wondering if you're just, upset about the 50-cent app because you get senior discounts wherever you go.
I'm hitting
This
an air
supposed to be-
horn right now
This is
in
supposed
my
to be
head.
special for me. This isn't supposed to be for everybody. I earned this. I earned this by going gray at like 19 years old. I earned this.
Hold on. So wait a second. We've got actually some feedback on some of the burgers in their local areas. And guys, listen, if you are watching us from somewhere else in the country and there's a regional chain, because that's the thing that I'm fascinated by. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But if there's a regional chain that you are just absolutely passionate about, don't just tell us what it is, tell us what it is, but also tell us why. What makes it amazing? Sell us on it so that the next time I'm in your city, I can go stuff that burger in my face. For example, our friend Nikki Chips in the chat
Jesus
says,
you got some bass in that voice.
Oh, you like that?
That's a bass in that voice. So
our
anyway,
friend
go
Nikki
ahead.
Chips says in San Diego, definitely Rockies and PB or Chiefs and Solana. And he actually posted a link to an Instagram of one of those, which is great. I'm going to respectfully disagree. I've got a few other places here in town, Nick, that I'm going to tell you where I think have amazing burgers here in San Diego. Let's see. Pop Burger in New York City, rest in peace. Jack in the Box and Ranch is the business. Let's see. What else do we got here? Ron Rodrigo says, ranch all over the burger. Make it a WAB, a wet-ass burger. But yeah, I want to know. So here we go. Jay Chambita, I miss White Mana, or White Mana. I hope I'm saying that right. Near the Lincoln Tunnel in Jersey. They smashed those sliders into the grill until the edges were slightly crunchy.
You got to get the crunch.
Yeah,
I'd agree. Well, I mean, that's a chain that kind of exists only in certain pockets around the country. That is White Castle. And you don't find White Castle on the West Coast with the exception of Vegas until I pointed out to Justin Zotz day before yesterday that there is a White Castle in North Scottsdale out of a place called Union Kitchen. Listen, I have my own opinions on White Castle, but listen to this thing. There's a restaurant in North Scottsdale where you go in and there's just a kiosk and you order at the kiosk and it's got 10 different menus from 10 different restaurants. And then your food just comes out on a conveyor belt and you just take it and leave.
I love it. Nikki Chips in the chat mentions Crystals, which is it's kind of a knockoff of White Castle, but I'm not mad at Crystal Burger. Okay. I used to go there down in New Orleans.
If you're trying to knock off if you're going to knock off a White Castle burger, I mean, White Castle is a terrible burger. How are you going to knock that off? You got a bootleg burger of a busted burger. Who bootlegs a busted burger?
I like White Castle.
Dude, you might as well just cut out the middleman and throw that thing in the toilet. You might as well eat it on the toilet.
Well, who's to say I haven't?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have to tell you that White Castle never really. When I lived in Minneapolis, there was a White Castle around the corner from my house, and it just didn't impress me much. It was just like, all right, moving on.
All right, yes, Natawax. I'm glad you mentioned that in the chat. A burger joint poll. I actually have put together a poll for the usual suspects. I've added one in there that I've recently discovered. So the main kind of burger chains that we typically talk about these days are, In-N-Out, Shake Shack, and Five Guys, right? Well, I like all of them, to be perfectly honest. And I've discovered a new one here in Arizona. It's a Midwest chain called Culver's. And I'd never heard of it until I moved to Arizona. And then I've been there about a month, and then I tried it the other day. And let me tell you about Culver's. Everything on the menu besides the burgers are better than any other chain that you could imagine. And the burgers are absolutely delicious too. Like I'm still an In-N-Out burger guy, but the fries at Culver's, incredible. Like crinkle cut fries. The onion rings are the best fast food onion rings ever had in my life. They have cheese curds, delicious. Chicken tenders, the best chicken tenders in any restaurant, fast food. So we're gonna put a poll up here, and I'm gonna leave it up for like 10 minutes. So I'd love to see what you guys think. So I think, my poll went up. How about that? If you're not on Twitch, you probably can't see this. But if you are on Twitch, let's see what you guys think. Zilla, I know the answer to this, but
sure.
What are you voting for?
Well, I'm all right. So I'm a local guy here in San Diego. So as far as the chains go, I am and will probably forever be an In-N-Out purist. It's I'm a Southern California kid, born and raised. It's my jam. I love it. However, in the last handful of years, folks have really, some of the other restaurant operators here in town have taken swings at making some pretty incredible burgers. And my personal favorite burger here in San Diego, and if any of our Twitch viewers, once COVID goes away, if you're in town, I would love to share this experience with you. There is a spot in North Park called The Friendly, and their everyday special is a burger called the Dirty Flat Top Cheeseburger. There are absolutely no modifications to the Dirty Flat Top Cheeseburger. It is 2 smashed patties with 2 slices of American cheese, garlic aioli, and butter braised onions on a toasted bun. You don't want onions? Get another burger. You want ketchup? Go somewhere else. You will eat this burger the way they make it, and it is a whopping $5. It is the best $5 burger I've ever had in my life. My mouth is watering just talking about it because I'm thinking for National Cheeseburger Day, I might actually make the drive down to The Friendly, see if they'll do some curbside pickup for me. So that's one of my favorites locally here in town, which is a non-chain burger. I've never really been a fan of the Five Guys. I don't know why. It's just, Shake Shack, I think, has superior sides. I'll take Shake Shack's fries over In-N-Out's fries any day.
Culver's
Go ahead,
fries,
Justin.
Better than Shake Shack fries. And they're both crinkle cut.
I love me a good crinkle cut.
Me too.
Neil.
The Hat.
The Hat in LA, I've heard great things. I've never actually been. Now, what kind of a price point does the Hat go in and describe the burger for us?
It's just this massive burger. Like it is a burger. It's so funny because I was talking about this a while back ago. The Hat actually has this it's the simplest burger with like this shredded cheese, but it's like it looked like it went through like a processor because like all the lettuce is shredded the same exact way. And it's just this big burger. But you could go to the same burger place like the Hat also specializes in pastrami sandwiches. And usually all these different spots have the same pastrami sandwich and the same burger. But those things are awesome.
All right.
And also, just a disclaimer, for some people that are like, what are you looking at? I'm streaming from my phone, and I'm looking at the chat on my other phone. So that's what I'm looking at.
But Neil Jackson has 2 phones.
I've got my streaming phone.
One for...
And my business phone and my business phone.
He's got his business phone and the Nunyo business phone.
Wait, I only have one phone number for you. Wow, that's crazy.
Right, you manage the guy and you can't get a hold of him. That's pretty good.
So when he starts calling and I have to make another phone call out, I just use the other phone. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, I like local places like that, local chains, regional chains, or there's the one-offs where you can go in and get a great burger. But Neil, you said that was like it was a big burger. Like, is it a thick patty or is it a?
No, so that's the thing. It wasn't. But I'm also one of those guys that orders things on the burger. Like my ideal burger hamburger, bacon, blue cheese, jalapenos.
Oh, you go at it. You salad bar that shit.
I want that thing to have kick, flavor.
You know,
Nope.
shout
Nope, I'm
out to our friend. I'm sure you remember him, Justin. Sebastian Halleck, who owns Funky
Of
Fries and
course,
Burgers here
yeah.
in town. Seabass, our friend, owns 3 restaurants here in town that their burgers are just out of control. They've got you were talking about a pastrami sandwich. They make a pastrami burger. They got the big ass burger topped with the pastrami.
See, to me,
I've had that.
is fucking disgusting. I'm sure the food is great there.
No, no,
Hey,
but okay,
Villa, do you
I
have power
love-
to kick him out?
I love
don't.
pastrami. Love pastrami. Love burgers. Don't need them together.
Dude, cut it out.
Cut what out?
dude.
It's nonsense.
There's a spot here in town, guys, and listen, I will personally take you to all these places if you ever make your way to San Diego. I'm not trying to make this a San Diego show, but there's a spot here in town called Canada Steak Burger, and on top of their burger with American cheese, they'll do some fresh carved gyros over the top of that, and it's got the tzatziki sauce and the lettuce and the tomatoes, and you're just like, some peppercini. It's like, yeah, bring it.
Dude, I want a hamburger
hold
patty with pastrami, bacon, wedged in between 2 ribeyes, and maybe a tomato. Maybe.
No.
Zotz.
Well,
You
first
won't
of all,
do that.
hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on a goddamn
Here we
minute.
go. Okay.
I lived in San Diego for 6 fucking years. You never took me to any one of these places. Not
'Cause
one.
We were eating at your place the entire time. We
We
were eating at
Nobu. We
We're eating at
Nobu
Nobu
every
and
night.
Mary Jean's. We're eating at Nobu and Mary Jean's 5 nights a week. Jesus.
And DJ Scratchy in the chat, don't woe me. You know you would be right there with me eating the same burger.
What? I have a question for the chat and for our fellow co-host. Hi, Scratchy. Nice to see you here. Nikki Chips, we saw your thing on Islands. I don't know, man. Islands is a little sketch for me. But a question for everybody. How do we feel about breakfast burgers? I'm talking about the burger that's got the hash browns, the burger patty, the fried egg, the 2 slices of bacon. Like, to me, that is the ultimate burger. It's got a little bit of I'm getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner in one convenient delivery vehicle. Perfect.
I am okay with bacon and a fried egg on a burger, but with nothing else. I think that's delicious. And I only tried one for the first time a couple years ago, and it was really good. But I typically don't like to mix things like the sweet and salty together in real food. I'm not really into. I don't like McGriddles. Although chicken and waffles that's about it for me. I love chicken and waffles, but if I don't want other things in my burger.
So like a maple bacon donut isn't happening for you?
No, not really. I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not.
Reluctantly.
I'm weird with donuts.
I'll eat it.
I like old-fashioned donuts. I know they're so boring, but they're my favorite.
I can't eat bacon, like a maple bacon donut either. Did you see the burger? I think they have a burger with smashed in between 2 donuts.
So yeah,
I couldn't do that.
There's a spot here in San Diego called Chicken Charlie's. If you've ever been to the San Diego County Fair, the LA County Fair, or the Orange County Fair, there is a guy by the name of Charlie Bogosian, better known as Chicken Charlie. And Chicken Charlie will deep fry literally anything. He's the guy who invented the deep fried Twinkie, the deep fried Oreo. He does deep fried Kool-Aid, deep fried butter. He does a deep fried burger, and he actually does a triple bacon cheeseburger in between 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. The Krispy Kreme donuts are the buns. Yeah, so you die immediately after.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they serve? For a few dollars more, you get a casket too.
It's like your Happy Meal comes in an ambulance.
If you haven't voted yet, here's what we're voting on, guys.
Oh, there it is.
This is it. We got Five Guys on the right. We got Shake Shack on the bottom left and In-N-Out on the top left. And here's what we got from Culver's. That's a Culver's burger.
See, I'm down with that
one
Culver's.
right there.
I'm down with that Culver's look because it's a thin patty. It's got what they call the Maillard effect, which is the crispiness when it hits the flat top, and you get that nice, you get that nice crisp sear down on it.
If it's not a flat top burger, I don't want it.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of burgers on charbroilers. This is why both Justin Zotz and I own our own personal griddles in our backyard, so that when we do make burgers, we're smashing the living shit out of them. Yeah. Yes, DJ Sir Lancelot, you're hungry now. You hate us? Well, we're hungry too. Let's all go get burgers after the show.
In response to Jenna in our chat, who we love, she voted for Culver's because she hasn't had it, but doesn't like any of the other choices. I was going to vote for Culver's too, but I totally forgot to vote in my own poll, as usual.
It's weird. I was never an In-N-Out fan. I mean, don't get me wrong. So when I say I wasn't a fan, it doesn't mean that it wasn't a good burger. It's a good burger. Sure. I just don't know if it deserves the hype. Like April Fool's, I think it was Eater, did an April Fool's joke on New York, and they actually went to the extent of building out the, when a storefront is about to, or somebody like a store is about to move in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they boarded up this like retail spot, and there was like coming soon, In-N-Out. It was the biggest news New York City has seen for months. Everybody was just talking about it. It's coming. And then April 1st, it was an April Fool's joke. People freaked out. And I was like, I don't get this. Like, I lived next to an In-N-Out, and I'm like, it was good, but it wasn't even that great.
So I've always been an In-N-Out fan ever since I came out to the West Coast. When I don't even know how old I was. I've always liked it. But a good friend of ours, Chris Masterson, who is going to join us on the show one of these days.
Please.
He told me one day, well, do you get chilies on your burger? And I'm like, what? They have these little spicy chilies. They're not pepperoncinis. They're not jalapenos. They're called...
It's a chopped chili.
They're like Cascabella chilies. And they put them on In-N-Out burgers. It is a game changer. That is the difference for me.
Yeah, you turned me onto that.
Yeah. Amazing. So who won the poll? In-N-Out, probably?
I gotta chime in with something here. Neil, I would almost agree with you. Is an In-N-Out burger the greatest burger on the face of the planet? No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Hell no.
I will say though that but I will gravitate towards an In-N-Out because the restaurants are always spotless. The service, 9 times out of 10 or 99 out of 100, the service is on point. Like, people actually seem to like their jobs there. I know that they pay their staff, like they pay them great wages. So like, that's a business that I can kind of get behind, even though I think there's some other aspects of their, like where some of their money goes in terms of politics, I could probably do without. But for the most part, they run a pretty up and up business. The whole fresh, never frozen thing. It's all right, and it's a real simple menu. But on top of all of that,
cheap. It is,
and it's not expensive. It is not expensive. But on top of that, I think a big part of it, and this goes back to the Disneyland discussion from a few weeks ago and a few other topics, I think that nostalgia plays a huge part in some of the decision-making processes, at least for me. Case in point, I don't think that anybody in the world would think that Bob's Big Boy, which you will mostly find in your local truck stops now through the Midwest and the Eastern Seaboard, qualifies as a great culinary destination. But so help me God, if I'm anywhere near a Bob's Big Boy, there is going to be a Big Boy burger and a hot fudge cake with my name on it, because that's someplace that my grandmother, when I was growing up, actually my mom, my dad, my grandmother, it was like a family place. When we would go out, it was a destination for us. So I think nostalgia plays a big part in some of those decision-making processes, not just in terms of burgers, but in a lot of the things that we would kind of gravitate towards as consumers. So that's,
I'm going to agree with you. Bob's Big Boy, that's a good one. That's a good burger.
I've never been to one.
Oh my
next
God.
time
We had one in
we will
Pomona.
meet in LA. We will meet in
Yeah.
LA, and we will go to the last standing one in Burbank.
Yeah, I remember back in Pomona, we used to have one a long time ago when I was a kid. Bob's Big Boy had like, I remember when I first had it, I was like, whoa. It was like a I had the one where it was like a gourmet Big Mac. It had like three
That's the
buns.
that's the Bob's Big Boy. That's the big boy.
Yeah, I was like, man, this thing is good. What I want to know is, and this is one thing that we never brought up because all of us lived in the West Coast at some point.
Sure.
So we both. Well, I mean, I don't know, Justin. What did you side with? Did you think that In-N-Out was overrated or overhyped?
No, I love In-N-Out.
Okay.
I think it's the best, most consistent burger
Fast
there
food
is.
burger.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna throw this one for the chat and you guys
Sure.
because there's a burger that we don't talk about that's also a chain. What would you compare? Tommy's or In-N-Out?
You want to take this one first, Justin?
I don't know Tommy's.
Okay, well, I can chime in on Tommy's. So again, Tommy's is a nostalgia thing, and by the way, Tommy's is very much an LA and one location in San Diego thing. So it's not even a regional thing; it's just a straight up LA thing. For those that aren't familiar with a Tommy's burger, Tommy's is not only known for their burgers and their entrees, but more than anything else, they're known for their chili. So you will get their chili dog. And all of their burgers are dressed with their famous chili. I've never been a chili dog guy. I've never been a chili burger person. It's just really not my thing. Also, chili and mustard are two ingredients for me. Like, Justin, you said sweet and salty just really aren't your jam. A burger that's, got a big slathering of mayo, mustard, and a dollop of chili on top of it just doesn't work for me in the way that I like to enjoy a burger. But
you can also get a burger without chili.
No, you can absolutely. You can order it that way. But I guess what I was trying to paint the picture of, this is what they're known for. That's kind of their chili burgers, their chili dogs. Like the same thing with Wiener Schnitzel. Like that's a, by the way, do they have Wiener Schnitzel outside of Southern California? But Wiener Schnitzel is Wiener Schnitzel is known for their chili. But yeah. Like Jenna was saying, chili cheeseburger from Tommy's. Claudia was asking, how do we compare the two? Because I don't necessarily know if they're in the same ballpark, but yeah, Tommy's is good.
The reason that I highlighted this comment here from Natalia is I think Fat Burger gets overlooked. Fat Burger's really good.
It is.
I think their steak fries are amazing. The fat fries, so
fat
good.
Fries, sir.
I think Fat Burger could go up against Five Guys. I don't like either of the two. I think they're just like really greasy burgers. There's another
greasy burger.
Yeah, I don't really like a greasy burger. That's the thing. So I guess that's a matter of preference. I can understand the hype if you really like greasy burgers, but I just don't.
So my sister in the Twitch chat, give her a follow at Hannah Girl. She actually mentioned a chain that I was recently, well, not in the last couple of years, was brought to my attention, and I overlook it all the time, which is, it's a Southern California, it's a chain. It originates from Santa Barbara, called The Habit. And The Habit Burger might be up there. I mean, they do, again, they have sit down, they have drive through, but it's a good burger. It's a solid burger. Good ingredients, all fresh. I'm going to tell you, it's like I could go for a Habit Burger tonight. Shit.
It's funny because I used to work for a skateboard shoe company in Ventura. The Habit, that was always our lunch break. There's one up there by what's below. Okay, so there's Santa Barbara, then there's Ventura, and then there's like I think not Oxnard. I don't know.
Yeah,
what's
I mean, like
Oxnard,
Ventura are kind of all in that same little,
Right when you said
area.
Habit, I was like, damn, I've been to a Habit. And there was one up there, and we would go to lunch there every time. That burger is insane.
Yeah, like their signature burger, though. I mean, it's like on grilled sourdough, and it's got Swiss cheese and avocado, and a little bit of like a salsa kind of deal. But
Yeah,
it's a
that's
good
another
burger.
that's another spot that's just like the Hat. They specialize also in pastrami. Like their pastrami
I didn't
sandwiches are exactly like the Hat's pastrami sandwiches.
I
Like
didn't
there's
know
these
that.
weird like burger spots that all like they almost like I feel like they're owned by the same company, but they're just named all different things.
Like Hardee's and Carl's Jr., home of the double Western bacon cheeseburger. That I think is a great burger as well.
Yeah.
So Neil, well, you're going to a steakhouse tonight. Zilla,
Yo,
where are you getting a cheeseburger tonight when we're done with this?
my sister just said I'm ordering to have it on Postmates. Send me your order. So so I think that might be it. DJ Mark Easy in the Twitch chat just said I like rallies and checkers. I don't. There's only one left. There's only one rallies left in San Diego. I take that back. There are two. One is in Imperial Beach, which is about spitting distance from the border with Mexico, and the other one is inside of a Walmart in an industrial park in South Kearny Mesa. So I haven't been to a rallies or a checkers in forever, but that sounds like an intriguing road trip.
Yeah, I think I've been to a rallies I think there's one on like Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset, but I haven't been there in a long time.
Well, can I throw out one that a chain that I've actually been to that I just don't get? And this is for my friends in Texas. I do not understand Whataburger.
Dude, I was just about to ask that. Somebody brought that up this morning, and I was like, "What is that?"
I'm like, what the fuck a burger? Like, what the fuck is this? I just spit all over my computer, by the way. Like, I don't understand what the hype behind that burger is. And the way that we are passionate in Southern California about some of our brands, you ask people in Texas, and they are like, Whataburger or die. And I just like, huh? Why? I just don't get it.
I've never had one, so I have no opinion. But you're right. People go nuts.
Yasmina in the chat, we're talking about burgers right now. She's also Scottsdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a really dope DJ currently in Australia right now, but she's in your chat, and she's in Australia because of the lockdown, but she lives in Scottsdale.
Oh, the lockdown,
anyway.
they sent her to Australia?
No, she's originally from Australia, but lives in Scottsdale, but went to Australia for the lockdown.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the show, Yasmina. We're glad that you're here. And Justin, I didn't do this at the beginning of the show. I did not do this at the beginning of the show. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show. And we love seeing the commentary. We're trying to get to as many people as we can, and including you in the broadcast. But the show is 100% incomplete without your questions, your comments, your jokes. I'm probably going to steal at least one or two of your one-liners over the course of the day. So please keep them coming. We're so grateful that you're here. And thanks for being a part of the Old Guy in the Club podcast. Sorry, I had to get that out because we didn't do that.
Yeah, and now we're about to be done, so.
Well, whatever. Then
no. Guys.
Yes, Justin.
I don't think I have a grinds my gears today.
I don't either. Oh, I do.
You do?
No, no, not really.
What about you, Neil?
Did I say chicken nuggets once?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's what grinds my gears. Chicken nuggets, hands down. I fucking hate chicken nuggets.
Okay, explain this. That timing was perfect.
Wow.
You know what really grinds my gears? Chicken nuggets.
Why?
And to be more specific, chicken paste.
What?
Because it's chicken paste.
What is that? What is that?
Chicken paste is what is made up of a chicken. Is what is the main ingredient or the only ingredient for chicken McNuggets? Apparently, this is a conversation that I had with my chat in the morning, And apparently there's a thing called chicken paste, which is the chicken version of what a hot dog is.
It's not chicken paste. It's ground chicken, but please continue.
What? Wait, what? Chicken McNuggets?
Chicken McNuggets. Listen, it's well documented that a chicken McNugget is basically ground up chicken that is formed into a nugget type structure.
Sure, like hot dogs is pork
and beef. But yeah,
I mean, if you get a beef dog, but
yeah, but it's not a paste. When you say paste, it conjures up the mental image of like toothpaste, or it's like it's not quite that. It's not that quite liquidy. Whoa. It's like ground beef, but you're taking ground chicken and it's like a chicken meatball that's formed into a nugget type patty, and then it's frozen, and then it gets its wet wash.
What part of the chicken is it? Because we're hearing, and this is not just me, this is actually a bunch of people in the chat too. We're hearing that it's a bunch of different pieces, all just grind, like pretty much the leftovers just kind of grinded up into a paste or a ground.
Listen, if you're getting six of them for $2, I wouldn't expect like the best part of the chicken. The same
That's
way
all I'm saying.
When they're selling the 99-cent Filet-O-Fish and you can buy a goldfish at Walmart for $7, I would question what fish you're getting. I get it. Doesn't make it any less delicious feel. Doesn't make it any less delicious feel.
All right. Where's the leave button on this shit? I know that there's a button in here. Justin, get me out of here.
You're not allowed to leave, ever. Speaking of chicken nuggets, Culver's, my new favorite place, has delicious chicken tenders. They're not nuggets, they're tenders. And
yeah, okay, I was going to ask you the difference.
Too. They are delicious.
Chicken nuggets, I will agree with you on chicken strips, chicken tenders, those are good. I weirdly like the ones from Denny's back when I was younger.
They're opening up a spot. They've opened up one in the East County here in San Diego, and they're opening up one not too far from me now, called Cane's, which I guess is a Texas chain that specializes. Yeah, Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's is great.
Is it? I've never been.
Yep, very good.
I've never been.
When I used to run rehab back in Vegas, we would bring it all in.
If only they did a television show about that experience, Justin.
Hey, Neil.
Yasmina, just to clarify for Yasmina, Justin moved to Arizona.
I live in Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil, we should on your night where you do your stream and you watch a movie, we should stream the rehab show.
Oh, that would be great. I'll come in for that one. Absolutely.
Oh.
Hey, really quick, guys. Mr. Swift just a few minutes ago said, "What's the best local burger in San Diego?" In my opinion, I'm going to tell you that I have a few local spots. One that I mentioned at the top of in the middle of the broadcast, which is the Friendly and the Dirty Flat Top Cheeseburger. Over at the lodge at the Torrey Pines Golf Course, one of the most picturesque places in the world, there is a place called the Drugstore Burger, which is it's reminiscent of the burgers that you would get in an old 50s drugstore counter luncheonette. That's a phenomenal burger. In the South Bay, I love a spot called the Balboa. The Balboa makes a quality burger. People have their Rockies. Sure. Great. Hodad's is also another local favorite. Been on the Food Network a ton of times. I'm going to tell you that the culinary scene here in San Diego, especially when it comes to burgers, people are doing a lot of good things out there. So go out and explore, enjoy them all. Don't just go try one. Go try everything and enjoy your big ass burgers.
Hodad
okay,
sucks,
before you jump in, Claudia, thank you so much for the sub. I have a question for you.
Claudia.
Thanks, Claudia.
What is your guys' thoughts? Because this fits into the category of the Beyond Burger, the Impossible Burger, How do you guys feel about those?
Hold on.
Just like the timing of the other one was perfect, that was terrible.
I know.
He was like, "Hold on," and we're like,
I hit a wrong button. I almost deleted the whole thing. Okay. You know what grinds my gears?
Shoot.
Food trying to be other food. It's fucking stupid. If you don't want to eat meat, there's plenty of delicious items you can eat in the world. They're called vegetables. They're called fruit. Just eat some like anything that's trying to be something else is so dumb to me. Like cauliflower rice. Just have some goddamn rice or have some cauliflower. Don't pretend to be this one thing to be this other thing. It's so, it makes me so mad.
Does
Like,
turkey bacon
if
fall
you-
into this?
If you don't want to if you don't want to eat meat, eat vegetables. They're delicious. Vegetables are delicious.
Look,
Wait.
on my diet, I can't eat rice, so I eat cauliflower rice. Because, to be honest, I think rice and cauliflower rice both taste the same, which tastes like nothing.
No, it's just because. No, it
You're
should
getting
taste
your
like
Asian
something.
card
They're just bad.
pulled. Your Asian card is getting pulled, Neil. Sorry. Who in the chat can back me up here? Wax? Tell him he's out.
Yeah. So what's your take on turkey bacon, Zots?
I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, look, if there was no regular bacon, I'd be like, this actually tastes pretty good. But guess what? There's real fucking bacon. So eat bacon. And turkey bacon is not that much. And hold on. And turkey bacon is really not that much more healthy than regular bacon. Sorry
It's
to
not
burst
that
anyone's
much-
bubble.
It's not at all. No, I'm right there with you. I just saw something that somebody just called out my grinds my gears. my grinds my gears is now floating through the chat because that's what I was waiting to set it up, and here we go.
Man, you could have if it's because of rice, wax, natto wax, you could have my card. I actually don't even like rice. So
Oh my God.
yep. Rice.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah. I was trying to make it a family channel, so I just
No, us people from the Middle East, we have to have rice and or bread or rice and bread with every freaking meal. Like I don't even know what a meal is like without some sort of carbohydrate. So I love I love good rice.
Rice is good.
Hey.
I like rice.
would you guys try the Travis Scott burger?
Well, that's my
Because both of you guys are McDonald's fans, right?
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm a McDonald's fan. I think McDonald's,
I mean, I don't eat McDonald's very often, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. The breakfast I'll have once in a while, but the actual like burgers and stuff, maybe a couple times a year. But I think it's delicious. I think a Big Mac is a delicious burger.
McDonald's is my go-to coffee shop. I'm not gonna lie. I could get a $2 iced coffee, and it's a great coffee for $2.
Yeah.
And the fifth one I get for free. So yeah, that's my jam right there. But you know what really grinds my gears? Cue the graphic.
Wait, what? What
I said,
graphic?
you know what really grinds my gears? You should have had this set up. Like we did it. We did it twice. You know what really grinds my gears?
I was still mad at Impossible
Late
Burger.
graphics.
Yeah. Well, late graphics. Also, why in the world are we giving Travis Scott our money? I mean, not only does he come out with what's basically a quarter pounder with bacon, which, mind you, is the lowest priced combination. Like, it's the lowest priced combo on the menu. Have you ever ordered a Big Mac combo? That thing's like $8, $9, $10 now. The Travis Scott meal, is $6. But why are we giving him our money? Why are people paying $90 for a giant inflatable McNugget pillow? Why is this a thing? And why does McDonald's think that somehow that Travis Scott, of all people, is the cultural icon that they want to hitch their wagon to get?
Because he is.
Okay.
You're 46 years old.
So are you.
I understand. Yes, I'm aware. So he's not my cultural icon, but for a 17-year-old kid, he definitely is. I'm just sorry to interrupt you.
A 17-year-old with $6. I get it, but
I mean, I will say that the viral videos are pretty good, where this person pulls up and they just go, "You know what I want," and then the music starts. It's the intro to Sicko Mode starts playing. It's great. I feel so bad for the people that work there. But
No,
they
there's
do
an
some
actual
funny
thing
videos.
right now. There's an actual thing right now where McDonald's employees are asking people stop pulling up into the drive-through, bumping Sicko Mode. Like,
Really?
like, because it's going through their headset, and it's like, hi, welcome to McDonald's. My name is Rob. May I take your order, please? And then you hear bump, 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 bump. Like Astro World. Like, fuck off.
So good.
Hell, I would roll up to the window. I wouldn't even bust out Sicko Mode. I was like, you know what I want.
That's what they're saying. That's what it is.
No
That's
Sicko
exactly what
Mode.
they're saying.
I would really make them think, you know what I want? And then I'll go up there and then they'll give me the burger and be like, that's not what I want. that wasn't what I wanted. You didn't hear Sicko Mode?
Neil, in your next IRL, you need to go on your next IRL when you're back in the city. You need to have somebody follow you, videotape it. You need to go up there. You need to go to a McDonald's counter or find a drive-through and say, you know what I want.
There's no drive-throughs in New York.
That's fine. Then you just walk up to a counter and you give them that uncomfortable pause.
Bring a boombox. Hey. Bring a boombox with you.
You know what I want, and then they give it to me. I'm like, no. And then they give me a Big Mac. I'm like, nope. And they're like, chicken nuggets. I'm like, hell no.
You'll get the one guy that's had enough. You go, you know what I want, and he punches you right in the face. It'd be the greatest IRL video of all time.
I don't know what you want, but I know what I want, and that's to punch you in the face.
I guess the other thing, DJ JoJo said, plus they don't know who Cactus Jack is when you tell him he sent you. I mean, yeah, you know why I'm here. Cactus Jack sent me. Like, if somebody told me Cactus Jack sent me, I'm going to think it's a wrestler, a WWF wrestler from the early 2000s. And why
give him
is he
a
sending me
superplex.
I have no idea. So,
all right.
Well, I think we covered some good ground today.
I do too, and I think Neil's gonna die if he doesn't get some food soon.
What's funny is this one turned out really funny, and I'm like not even thinking of it, but
too late. Show's over.
Okay.
So yeah, National Cheeseburger Day. I think we should all go out and get cheeseburgers now. Maybe I'll do a mukbang later, and I'll just go grab some cheeseburgers and come back.
If you guys go grab some cheeseburgers, if you guys go out and grab cheeseburgers, if you're following us on the Twitch chat, or if you're listening to us on the replay and you go out and get cheeseburgers, be sure to tag us in those photos, and we will actually revisit this on a future episode, maybe even as early as next week when we do next week's recap. And we, go out, go grab a burger, show us where you love it, or in the next handful of days, if you go grab a burger, because why not make it National Cheeseburger Weekend?
Where you love it? Is that what you just said?
Show us where you love the burgers that you're buying. Sorry, it was just too many words coming out at once. Point being, if you got your favorite local spot, tag us in it. We'll create a list. We'll share it with everybody in coming episodes. Let's let this thing keep going long after the show's over.
Yes, I like that. So Neil, Zilla, why don't you go first? Why don't you tell everybody what you're working on these days?
I'm working on staying fun employed, staying away from the COVID, hoping that this goes away soon so we can go back to some level of reality and normalcy. But also, not doing a whole lot of anything. So please give me a follow at RobertZillaSD on Instagram. If you got some really cool TikTok videos, sure, just send them my way because I've got nothing better to watch. What else? Thank you to everybody that has liked us, that's followed us, that's subscribed and supported this channel. Our little show that we do every Friday, live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, with replays everywhere you find your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, all of them, the following Monday. And like I said in the middle of the show, and I'll say it right now, this show doesn't happen without you, so thanks for being a part of it.
All right. Neil, tell everybody what you're doing this weekend.
I am going to be DJing at the District Nightclub in Atlanta, where I'm at right now. And I don't know exactly. I'll let Justin tell you my set time, but we will be streaming it on We will be streaming it on my channel, twitch.tv/Neil Jackson. And if I don't catch you there, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, I have a morning show called Beans, Rhymes, and Life. That's it.
All right. So to help Neil out with the assist here, his set tomorrow night will be streaming from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. East Coast time. So Sunday morning, technically, but that's not how we think about things, right? So late tomorrow night, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., Neil will actually be playing in a nightclub. In a nightclub. Imagine that.
Well, I'm
And
still
our
trying
good
to imagine that.
And our good friend, the Black Amigo, will be opening for Neil. And then once Neil kicks him out of the DJ booth for being a party boy, I guarantee you he will try to get back into the DJ booth at some point. And hopefully Neil has security so he doesn't get in and give Neil the COVID.
Yeah, well, so if you haven't done so already, give Neil a like, follow, and subscribe so you can get the notification from his Twitch channel when he goes live. That way you don't have to remember. You'll just see the big, purple tile show up on your iPhone lock screen.
That's right.
And it'll tell you to log in right then and there.
Very good advice.
That's why I make the big bucks, bro.
All right. So, yes, go ahead, Neil.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Can we raid somebody?
Sure.
I just see my buddy Marty Rock in the that just decided to start streaming again.
What is his
Marty Rock?
Just Marty Rock?
Yep. So everybody in the chat, Marty Rock, I'm actually going to bring him into my stream. Marty Rock he is not. He's actually streaming right now, but Marty Rock is the best dude ever. Justin Zotz can vouch for this one.
Love him.
Yeah. He is the most New York dude on the planet. If he could wear Tim's on his hands and DJ, he would do that.
Yes, he would.
And just yell out dead ass the whole time while eating a chopped cheese sandwich.
Oh God, I want a chopped cheese right now.
Okay, so let me get my my PSA out of the way. So for everybody in the chat, and we do this, we want to make this easy for you guys to join us. And is Fridays at 5:00 Pacific the best time for us to do this show live? Or is it better if we did it on a Tuesday? That's kind of what I'm thinking about. And I've talked to Neil. I haven't really talked to you about this.
Yeah, because it's news to me. Thanks, guys.
No, I know. Yeah, sorry. Well, Neil and I randomly talked about this yesterday. I'm good with Fridays, but maybe there's a better night for us to do this or a better time. And maybe we don't change it. But let me know what you think. Throw it in the chat. Shoot me a whisper. Whatever you want to do. And maybe we'll just leave it the way it is. Because it seems like you guys like it. I don't know. But anyway, so that's something we were thinking about. What else?
Everyone's saying Fridays are good. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Good. All right. So we are going to raid the infamous Marty Rock. I'm going to hit the button right now, which I just did. And everybody, thanks for
chat. Stick around. Marty Rock is a good dude.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun.
So I'm going to hit the raid now button, and then we are going to say goodbye. So
good night, everybody. See you next week.
Goodbye, everybody. See
Rest in
you
peace.
guys.
Rest in peace, RBG.
Week. Yes. Bye, guys.